Anything else at the front table? We have a rebuttal.
Hurry, we're running out of time.
And Roger, can you spell your name? Because we really want to hear what Karnofski is like.
It's with an F.
With an F.
King Lion, our Maryland Lions guest, is a little rebuttal dial here. I'm happy my brother's here. I'm sad I have to leave because I've listened to him for 62 years. I don't have to hear anymore.
Just as long as it doesn't seem like 62 years today.
Okay.
President's Maryland.
Yeah, you keep the mic for the...
I'll keep the mic. You got it.
Okay. Fellow Lions and guests, I've got $5 happy. See if I can run this by. I'm really happy for Betty that she's with us, and I'm happy that Greg is with us too. You guys have no idea how traumatic that was. Even though I know you tease him, we're really happy that you're doing okay. And I'm losing my mind here. Oh, had dinner with my sister last night, had a great time celebrating her birthday. Our daughter Cindy is, I hate to say this, but she's 50 years old today. So, and the other daughter is just happy to be here with you. So, I guess that's it. No more? Our invocation today is by Larry Hansen.
Our Heavenly Father, we come before you with praise and thanks for the awesome pleasure of being here, enjoying the food you provided for us, and the fellowship we have as Lions. For the calling that you place upon each of us as members, be it through service to our community and service that we can do, that we can truly assist the community in honor for all that is given us. And we give praise and thanks for these things.
Amen. Our flag salute be led by Jim Reinecke. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. And the singing of America will be led by Phil Olson. Country 'tis of thee, sweet land of liberty, of thee I sing. Land where my fathers died, land of thy pilgrim's pride, from every mountainside, let freedom bring. Thank you. Kathy, do we have some guests today?
Lions, this is gobbledygook.
Gobbledygook?
So we'll start by the We have a visitor, really. Frank Will from Beaver Creek Lions.
Frank Wiley.
Not like the kite.
Okay. And Father John and Jensen, would you like to introduce you again?
Oh, there's the ritual.
And Doug Harvey, would you like to introduce you again?
President of Maryland, once again, I'm happy to introduce you Gary Hill, who is the Executive Director of LifeWorks.
Okay.
Hello.
The first announcement that the fall convention is going to be held this year in October 20th through the 22nd in this camp. I'll be bringing an application for anybody who wants to go during the next meeting. So look forward to that and mark it down in your calendar. The 22nd, the 20th to 22nd of October.
Oh, thank you, Doug. I'm not sure who we settled on for the picnic announcement, but we wanted to get that out. Dolly, why don't we do it right here for now? Is that okay?
President Maryland, fellow Lions and guests, our annual picnic is going to be August 28th. That is a Sunday. It's going to start at 1 p.m. and it will be at the Harvey residence. more information later.
So now I'd like to turn the program over to past Council Chair Hal Palmer. He has a couple of awards to present, and then we'll move on to the program.
Yes, President Marilyn Bolanzi, yes, thank you for this opportunity. Hopefully everybody here got a pin, because one of my promises is in the beginning was everybody get a little souvenir. That's the pin. If you did not get one, you see me after the meeting, okay? However, there are a few people that I want to recognize that helped make the trip possible. Does anybody know how much it costs to fly to Japan?
Cost me
Yeah,
$100.
It's about, that's right. A lot of you contributed extra over and above, and so I brought back little gifts for those. First one is for my friend Dolly. Check that out. She said if I didn't come back with a gift, she'd put me on a midnight shift. Do it anyway. And so yesterday they offered. So President Marilyn, instead of me visiting a club, the club visited me. There's a banner and a little gift. Okay, you're welcome. Kathy Crawford was just amazing behind the scenes. So Kathy, if you could come up. She did a lot of the administrative work to get our brochure started and so forth. So she was behind the scenes a lot. But there were two people in this group that were just amazing. One of them you might know as Ron Stopler. Ron, would you come here a sec?
I know we're going Stopler.
Yeah, the Beer Slayer. Ron jumped up to help me in the beginning. He helped in the end, and it was just amazing. So, Ron, I'd like you to have this Lions shirt. Hey, you're welcome. I think it's going to fit.
You don't mouth breathe, would you, Al?
Yeah, that's right. Hey, you're welcome. Hey, Brother Patrick, get up here.
Step over a little bit.
Guess who really did a lot of work behind the scenes? The banner, the brochures, everything. So, I brought you back a shirt as well. Now, Ron, they're both the same size if you guys want to exchange those. So, I just, reminder, if you didn't get a pin, see me afterwards. And at this time, George, could you come up here for a minute? We have a special presentation. We have a special presentation for somebody in this room. Would all the Melvin Jones Fellows please stand? Yes, these are all the existing. A Melvin Jones Fellow basically is either supporting, you can sit down, is he either supporting Lions Club International Foundation or someone has donated on their behalf. This one is a special privilege for me because this Melvin Jones Fellow is going to a person that has done so much for this club, so much for many of you on your committees, and so much for me. Would Lion Patrick Palmer please come forward?
I thought you would do that to yourself. You don't got it.
Patrick, you embody Lions Clubs International and the foundations. From whatever it was you did for the club, for the young man with the hearing issue, for the committees, I just can't begin to say how important this award is for me to give to you. Pat, I love you. And this was a vote of all the Melvin Jones Fellows.
Even George?
Even George.
Didn't have to be unanimous.
So now you know why the real Pat Palmer is here, right? Yeah. We want a speech?
Thanks, George. Kind of like everybody in this room who's ever gotten one of these. Yeah, please sit down. Maybe a couple of times through the years, I've thought, oh, darn it, maybe I just did enough. And a couple of times through the years, I realized I never could do enough. That this will hang above my desk will just make it easier to do the rest of the things you asked me to do. Thank you.
Pleasure to be your program chair again for this month. I will have a quick disclaimer. This is the political season. I have two commissioners because that's all I know. As speakers, they will not be talking about campaigns, but be talking about subjects that they're very knowledgeable about and will be sharing with us. Today's guest, as you've heard, is Mike Karnofski. He gave me a little thing I might use some of the information from, but I'm going to go to the last line first, and it'll be obvious. Roger is my brother. I didn't expect that big a laugh on that part of it, but good. The only downside is I have to listen to more of his jokes than all of you do. Okay, so that does remind me that I should tell at least one joke. It's a short one. It's a little edgy, but Judge Sonia has lowered the bar quite a bit here today. This is about the young man in high school who was sent to the counselor because he's had behavior problems. The counselor's been going to a lot of school and lots of these analytical things. He wants to try this out on the young man, so he draws a square. He says, what do you see here? Well, it's a naked man. So he draws a triangle. And what is this? Well, that's a naked female. Oh. So he draws two circles. And what is that? That's two people making love. He said, well, young man, I think I figured out you've got a real problem. You're obsessed with sex. And he says, me? You're the guy that drew all the dirty pictures. That's Rogers. So, I'm done. Thank you for that encouragement. Mike is a graduate of Coastal High School. And he's another one of these dumb politicians. He has a BS in chemistry and a master's in forest resources from the University of Washington. Sometimes in his lighter, more ribald moments, he says, go Cougs. Go Huskies. Yeah. He has an MBA from the University of Portland. So he worked for Weyerhaeuser for 37 years in engineering and management positions. He's been a county commissioner for 6 years. He followed me as chair. Says here. He's been involved in many community and civic activities. He's focusing his career mostly as a commissioner on economic development and quality of place. He currently is chair of the Cowlitz Economic Development Council, which is a private, separate entity. Been married for 44 years. Terry has 3 children and 3 grandchildren. So please help me give a warm welcome to Commissioner and my friend, Mike Karnofski.
Well, I'm really pleased to be here today and see a lot of familiar faces out there, so thanks for inviting me. And it's always difficult following George. I've followed George in a variety of positions through my professional life. One of the things I've learned is that I can get people back on time by being a little bit more succinct than George, so I will do that, and I will make sure everybody's out of here by 1 o'clock, because I know how important that is. But I did have one other thing to say. I'm actually sort of surprised to see my brother Roger here today, because the other day I was asking him how things are going in Lions, and he said, yeah, it's pretty good, but I do have to admit I was an hour late to the food wagon because I forgot what time it was. So I thought maybe he wouldn't show up because he wouldn't want to be appropriately fined. So I hope you did appropriately fine him for being an hour late to the food wagon. So anyway, what's being passed out there is the summary of the strategic plan for Cowlitz County. I'm not going to spend my time going in detail on this, but I did want to hit some of the high points. If you open it up, and this is our strategic plan for 2016 to 2020, it talks about trends shaping Cowlitz County. Certainly one of the things we need to do as Cowlitz County is to build off our strengths. And our strengths are forest products base. If you look at the land ownership in Cowlitz County, approximately 2/3 of the land continues to be used for timber growing. That's what we came and started as a county. The first mills were in about the 1870s, 1890s. You go to the 1920s, 1930s, the economic engine of Cowlitz County started as Weyerhaeuser and Longview Fiber. That continues today, and with that base of timber, that's going to continue in the future. So we're a strong manufacturing community. That's really what we need to continue to build our base on. But we're also have easy access to markets. The Columbia River channel was deepened to 43 feet. That allows significantly larger ships to move in and out of the Columbia River. One of the comments that they can do from the grain elevators is they can load a ship with about 15% more grain than they used to be able to just with the deeper channel. Certainly we're near Portland and Seattle. We're actually 45 minutes from the Portland airport. As many of you know, we can get to the Portland airport faster than people who live on the west side of Portland in the Portland metropolitan area. That's going to continue to be an advantage getting there. We also have access to labor. We have a strong workforce. One of the issues people talk about is we don't have a lot of four-year degrees. That's true, but if you look at the basis for Cowlitz County workforce, we've got a lot of people with two-year degrees going to LCC, a lot of people with other technical degrees, so we do have a strong workforce. And Washington has a pretty favorable tax climate. One of the key ways that we can recruit people, especially from California, and we have had some recent firms come up from California, is the fact that we don't have an income tax. Even coming from Oregon, you get an automatic tax saving of about 6 to 8% without an income tax. And one of the things we will add here too is housing. It's become more and more apparent recently that housing is a significant issue for Cowlitz County. As the housing shortage continues in the Portland, Vancouver area, and the price of housing increases there, whether you're renting or buying, it keeps pushing people to the north, expecting south. Cowlitz County now, Woodland is the fastest growing town in South Cowlitz County, and then you add on the potential for the development and the construction and the Cowlitz Tribe Indian Casino. Cowlitz Tribe Indian Casino will have significant employment. Those people will likely need to live in South County someplace. So we need entry-level housing, we need rental housing, we need middle-class housing, and we need the high-end housing to continue to get people to move to Cowlitz County. So if you look at our priorities to improving the quality of life, personal well-being, and economic prosperity, certainly it's economic development. Everybody talks about economic development, and we continuously to work on economic development as ports, commissioners, cities, and Cowlitz Economic Development working together to improve the economic development. We need to not only attract new economic development, but one of the key things that people sometimes forget about is retaining what we have, because we have a strong base here and we need to work to retain that base. From the county standpoint, certainly we want to have fiscal accountability and operating efficiency, public safety and security, and certainly in the past week we've seen some significant issues with public safety and security. I don't know how many of you read Sheriff Nelson's op-ed in the paper, but he talked about that earlier last week, initially after the situation in Dallas, and he said that on Friday morning, as he left his house, he said that was one of the first times in his life, as he stepped out the door, he thought, do I need to look around? We have significant issues there, and we need to continue to work on security and safety as a focus. Health and well-being, the county continues to rank in the bottom 5 to 10% of the health ranking for counties in Washington. That's one of the key things that we do need to work on. We continue to work on certainly public infrastructure. We have an aging infrastructure and environmental stewardship. So those are the priorities that we have to improve. Just spend a little bit of time on what we're working on. Economic development, certainly if you look at the projects that are being permitted, and whether you like coal, whether you like methanol or not, they are being in the permitting process, and they deserve to go through that process, have a fair process, and one that brings us to a timely resolution. But we have $2.9 billion in projects in Cowlitz County that are in some aspect of permitting. We also have significant work on our infrastructure. We got $85 million from the state to fix the intersection at the base of the Longview Pioneer Bridge, and Claude Sakar was here earlier talking about that. The city of Longview just got a $2.1 million grant. The county matched that with $2.1 million, and that's to fix the intersection as you come on Tennant Way, getting off on 3rd Avenue. That can back up on Tennant Way, so that project will start. From a specific county standpoint, we need to work on our fiscal accountability and operating efficiency. Two key activities there are improving our IT, and we work a lot with Lean. That's a process review that helps you improve your processes. From a public safety standpoint, the sheriff has directed his deputies that all schools in rural Cowlitz County will get a visit from a deputy every day, and that's taken place. We funded our mental health courts and our drug courts. Those are courts that are really successful in keeping people out of jail, keeping people from committing crimes. We had a short presentation today, and 75% of the people that are associated with drug court do not commit crimes in the next 3 years. And if you look at somebody who's getting out of prison, 75% of the people who get out of prison do commit crimes in the next 3 years. So using drug court, we're able to turn that around significantly. Health and well-being, the new focus that we will be working with from the state is to coordinate better the mental health and the substance abuse treatment. We have continued work on our public infrastructure. We have a citizens committee that has made some recommendation to the commissioners on what we should be focusing on there, and certainly delivering services to the citizens is one of the key aspects of the county. One of the things we have worked on there and will continue to work on there is improving our overall permitting processes. So the future of Cowlitz County is bright. We've got a lot going for us. We've got a good location. We've got a good workforce. We've got citizens who are interested in their community. We do have some issues, and we need to recognize those issues and work on those issues. So I think I probably got you out in time. Thank you.
Mike, I know you've been here before and you've probably got a collection of mugs. But we want to thank you for coming. Is there any questions? Does anyone have questions? John Claypool.
Mike, how many homeless are in our area? Just a round number.
Well, the last count, and they do have a day in January, this federal count date. The last count, I believe, was about 600 homeless in the area.
Okay, and the county budget for the homeless is
$2.4 million was featured in the paper.
50,000 each, or is my mathematics wrong there? 6,000.
Yeah. So. Yeah, it's a difficult situation. There is a significant homeless population in Cowlitz County. We are an urban area. We face the same pressures as a lot of urban areas. You go to Portland and Seattle, there's significant problems there. And again, being close to them, we get some of that, I guess you'd call it the backwash or whatever. So,
Because of our facilities.
And yeah, it is a significant issue, and we're working on that issue to try to resolve that. And again, it sounds like a broken record, but economic development, jobs for people, that they can have a living wage on is the most important thing to solving that.
Thank you, Mike.
Yep.
And there's also an application, and I am sure there's room for 2 Karnofskis, should you want to join the Lions.